10 men, 20 men, 30 men. I'm on something. 10 men, 20 men, 30 men. That do what's up. 10 men, 20 men, 30 men. Yeah, drink 'em up.
You know what it is, man. DJ Thoro, a.k.a. Thoro Zano, Breaks to the Streets. Right now you're watching the hottest in the streets right here on thisis50.com. We live from One World Studios. Boy Wonder, what up? You know how we do. I got a special, entertaining, sexy, lovely, etc., guest in the building. You like the intro, right?
I like the etc., especially.
Yeah, see, you gotta hurry before your promo. Whenever you go to the, whenever you walk in the room, I'm like, attention, we have a lady, a beautiful, top, you know, make that happen. So, introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Sara Jay.
Sara Jay.
If you don't know me, that means that you've got a very clean mind.
You got a very clean mind. Okay, if you don't know her, you got a clean mind. And if they do know you, they mean they're dirty.
Dirty.
Naughty, right?
The best way.
All right, so this is a third time around. You're back again. Yeah. Thank you for coming through.
Thanks for having me.
It's always a pleasure to, you sit next to me, I feel very important, you know what I mean?
We have a VIP section over here.
We're in the VIP section, exactly. So what are we promoting today? What's going on?
Well, I'm in town for 420, and I'm doing some bud tending at some dispensaries.
You said bud tending, not bartending.
Bud tending. Yeah, right. Over at Legacy and at Gifted.
Okay.
And they're also going to start carrying my CBD line.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when did you get into that business?
I've always been part of the cannabis industry in one way or another, but my CBD company took off in 2020. 2020,
okay.
Yep, and I have a product line with bath bombs, massage oil, and personal lubricants.
Okay, what are they lubing?
The personal parts.
The personal parts?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's your favorite personal parts to lube?
What's my favorite personal part?
Yeah, to lube.
My clit.
Okay, hey, that's one of my favorites too. Look, we got something in common.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, so the CBD stuff has been really good. It's a lot of people have found it really helpful. And,
I can imagine.
CBD, it actually increases your circulation, which increases stimulation, which is what makes it a great personal lubricant.
Right.
You want all that extra sensitivity in all the right parts, right?
Yeah, you do. At least I do. Yeah.
It also is really good for your muscles and helps relax them. And again, with the circulation, helps increase the circulation.
Right.
And I got a bath bomb where it can just soak in your entire body.
So you amazing. Just throw it in the tub and it explodes to satisfaction, basically.
Yeah, and
you like how I do it?
You sleep like a baby.
I should do the commercial for you. Come on, man. What's going on around here? Damn it.
Yeah. After a nice bath bomb, you sleep like a baby.
Sleep like a baby, right? Yeah. Kind of like an orgasm.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, yeah.
If sleep like a baby.
If you hit a good one, you go to sleep like a baby.
I agree. Very relaxing.
Or maybe it's just me. Am I the only one?
No. I think a lot of us do that to go to bed, as a matter of fact, don't we?
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, see, we got a lot in common. I'm telling you. That's the name of this episode. We got a lot in common. That's what we're doing up here. All right. So, if anybody, like you said, had a dirty mind, what would be your most famous project that you've done that most people know you for?
It's so interesting. I've done probably over 4,000 scenes.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to pick just one.
I marvel at your stamina.
Yeah. I'm still doing it,
Damn. So see? Yeah. You see my point? Sheesh.
But there was a scene that was released broadly for free before all the tube sites. Before all the free porn all over the internet. If you are young enough to remember, before free porn.
Right.
There was a scene that they had used to kind of promote other scenes, and it was a shower scene for Naughty America, for my first sex teacher.
Right.
And I think that's probably the one that most people will remember, because that may be the first scene that they saw me in, because it was free on LimeWire. When you used to download on LimeWire.
She said LimeWire.
LimeWire back in the day, right?
Wow. So Soulja Boy was the first artist on LimeWire. That's a fun fact.
I may have been. I was gonna say I may have been one of the first porno stars.
Yeah, so you and Soulja Boy should get together and do an album together. What would we call that? What would that be called?
I have no idea.
Soulja Jay? Sara Boy? I don't know. We get close. We'll think of something. Now, let's talk music real quick. Because most of my guests, are music, are musical artists. Is there any type of music you listen to prepare you for a scene?
A lot of times I listen to a lot of old school hip hop.
Like Onyx, like Slam, like what you
how you know? You have a playlist like that?
Shit! I'm good.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow, I can imagine what that sex scene will look like if you play Onyx.
Little Onyx, little Wu-Tang, the Roots, Outkast.
Wow, I can imagine what that scene.
No, Slam is a good one.
Wow, that's crazy. I can imagine that. That would be dope. You know what I mean? That would definitely be dope. Now, is there anything subtle you listen to outside of that?
You said subtle?
Yeah, subtle.
Like mellow.
Mellow. Like, do you ever chill out?
I listen to a lot of lo-fi hip hop. That's what we listen to in the office. Like when I'm doing like my office work, we put on lo-fi hip hop like all day.
Right. And what is your definition of lo-fi hip hop for the viewers? And even me, what is that? What is lo-fi hip hop?
Right. Okay. So lo-fi hip hop's like instrumentals, but a lot of times it's like a heavy bass, a heavy drum, and a lot of times you hear like instrumentals of hip hop songs that you recognize that people like remix and put some piano in there maybe too. Like.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Kind of like hip hop elevator music.
Yeah. You know what? I feel like my parents may have listened to classical to get like work done, and I listen to lo-fi. So like it's just our generation's like working music.
Right. Now I'm always curious with adult entertainers. Obviously, everybody's on this earth, so they come from parents. They have parents. Or they've had parents.
Yeah, I have parents.
You have parents, okay. You never know. Cause some people,
I wasn't found under a rock.
Okay, you're not from Area 51 in New Mexico. Okay, cool. What do your parents think about your profession?
So, my parents are very supportive of it, honestly.
So they cheered you on?
They did, yeah. Like, especially once I became successful.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, like, up until the point I became successful, they were cheering me on because I was happy. And because I, like, maintained the same, good-hearted, kind person that I always was.
Right.
And they're like, as long as you stay humble and you're happy, we're all for it. But then once I started to achieve levels of success and, I got like some mainstream press and I won awards and stuff, my mom kind of lives vicariously through me. She's like, look at you. She's like, look at you. Not only are you happy and successful, but you're doing what you want to do and you're doing well at it.
Right. Now, this is a question that I'm curious to know because you're very popular before internet, before social media.
Right.
If OnlyFans was out when you first started, would you be a trillionaire by now?
Oh, of course. But like...
He's like, yeah.
Yeah, of
makes
course.
sense. Yeah.
That's one of those things, though. Like, I always try to keep that in mind. It's like, I don't own OnlyFans. You don't own OnlyFans. That shit could disappear tomorrow.
Right.
But I've had SarahJay.com for 20 years.
Right. That makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you have an OnlyFans?
I do.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is it more lucrative for you now because people obviously know who you are, or is it still did it make an impact? So
it made an impact.
Made an impact.
Oh yeah.
All right, so you're good.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excellent.
Okay, cool. So you give me a loan after this. Cool. All right, cool.
I mean, but it's like 15% interest.
50. All right, damn. She gonna give me 15%. All right, I'll pay you back 30 years. You know. We'll start in 30 years. APR, I got you. No problem.
I'm like, I'm not a mortgage lender. Come on now.
30 years. 50% interest. And we'll start in 30 years, and I'll make the first payment in 30 years. By that time, I'll be out of here, probably. You never know. You never know. You know what I mean? So if anybody, young lady, guy, what have you, is interested in getting into your profession, how would they go about doing that?
I think the first thing to do is start filming yourself and get comfortable in front of the camera and kind of like just get over that, know your angles and know what looks good. And, there's so many different outlets to make money just shooting yourself. You could start an OnlyFans. You could throw it up on Pornhub and see what people say,
Right.
And just kind of get some feedback and create your own fan base. Once you have your own fan base, that makes you a little bit more marketable for other companies to, like, pick you up.
Right. Now, how did you get your start? You just woke
Not
up
like that.
You just woke up one day and go, hey, you know what?
I'm gonna do porn.
I'm gonna do porn. Fuck this shit.
Yep.
Is that?
Kinda, yeah. So
somebody pissed you off?
No, I was a stripper and
Okay.
I was like tired of it. Like I was like, this is getting old. I was like really tired of all the club drama and stuff. The girls fighting, like blah blah. But I like the adult industry and I like the sex industry and I was like, kind of would like to have sex though. Like having sex would be better than dancing, keep it real.
I agree.
Yeah. So I was married at the time. I had my husband take some Polaroids.
Oh.
Yeah.
You were married?
I was married.
And you decided to get into porn
Absolutely.
While you were married?
For sure.
Can't wait to hear this. Go ahead.
No, it's like you're already in a committed relationship. and you like to explore. I was not young too. I was like 19. You know, I want to explore my sexuality a little bit more.
And he was cool with this.
He's totally secure and completely cool with it. He was like, "Do you, girl?" I was like, "Okay." So I had him take pictures, and we took some Polaroids. I took those Polaroids to the library.
Wow, I never heard that word in a long time.
I know.
It still exists?
But this is how old I am, you know?
Right.
So we took them to the library, and I scanned them onto a floppy disk.
She said
You know, a floppy disk?
I know what a floppy disk is.
Like
Yeah.
the hard. I did the hard floppy disk, not the first ones, the second ones, right?
Okay.
So then I took the floppy disk home and I just started looking for email addresses. I would do like webmaster@hustler.com, like webmaster@penthouse.com, and then I would go through all the sites and look for email addresses for photographers or producers or anybody involved in the industry.
Right.
And I would just send my pictures. And somebody contacted me, a man named Mike Hammer, and he was like, I am producing the Exotic Dancer Awards in Las Vegas this weekend. If you want to come, I can introduce you to all the players that I know that are in the industry.
Right.
I was like, cool, let's do it. So I spent the weekend at Mandalay Bay in Vegas and met everybody he knew.
Did your husband go with you?
No.
Okay.
He always let me do my thing.
Okay, I'm just...
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he was always
I'm just trying to put myself
yeah, no,
in
he
this
always
position,
let me do my thing.
and I'm just like, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, he always let me do my thing. And so I met all these people, and I decided to make a trip to New York. And I'd done 2 movies when I lived in Vegas.
Right.
And they didn't really go anywhere. Like, one didn't even get released because it was, like, the male performer was, like, real bad. And then the other one got released, but that scene didn't lead to other work. So when I came out here to New York, it was like this guy had scheduled, like, all these shoots for me, and it was right when the internet started, you know, like, the beginning. Right when Viagra started. I was like, why is this guy's dick so hard and it won't go down? I don't understand. Like, I did all my tricks, the double hand gawk gawk and everything, and it won't go down. So
the double hand gawk gawk.
Yeah,
wow,
you know?
okay.
So, it was one of those things where, like, it was almost like porn star boot camp, you know? I was just doing all these scenes that... real random, you know, domination things, just all kinds of different stuff.
Right.
Just to kind of see what I liked. And that led to a convention, which led to me meeting more people. And I was just a really good networker. I've always been a good networker. Right. So I just, my career just snowballed after that.
Right. Do you remember your first scene?
Yeah.
Were you nervous? Like,
I was so excited.
Man.
I think it intimidated the guy because, like, his dick totally didn't work. It was his first scene too, so whoever casted that did a terrible job. You never put 2 firsts together, and it's an awful idea.
Right.
Yeah, I was so hyped.
Right. Now, this may be an awkward question.
Yeah.
Does your husband watch your...
I'm divorced now.
Oh, did he ever watch you perform?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
See, he's better than me. I can't. That's why I bail out.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah, for sure. It's all right.
I can't watch my lady do that. Like, that's just me. He's a better man than me.
You know, everybody's different.
Everybody's different. Now, could it be that he was... Obviously, he had to be doing his thing, too.
Yeah, I'm sure he was doing his thing.
So now it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. But he would literally sit there and watch you perform.
Yeah, he wanted to see how I was doing. Like, oh, you did good, man.
Would he give you pointers like, oh, next time? I don't know.
Like, I think he was just checking up on me, kind of. Like, you know, like making sure that, like, I was being treated right and I was, you know, just seeing what was going on when he wasn't there. Right.
Now at that time, how much could a first timer make per shoot, so to speak? What
I think my first rate was like maybe between 8 and 1,000.
Every shoot.
Yeah.
And you're doing what? One every day?
Like back then, I was probably doing like 15 a month.
We're gonna sign up. No, okay.
Yeah. So I was probably doing about 15 a month.
And that was back then. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
but not all scenes are boy-girl scenes either. Right. Sometimes you're doing solo scenes, sometimes you're doing like weird fetish scene or something like that. Right. So the pay rate changes, but
Now, is there anything that's off limits? Because
I don't do anal.
You don't do anal.
Never.
And do they ever request you to do it?
Oh, I've been offered lots of money.
And you say no. No. That's the only thing you wouldn't do.
Don't do anal.
No anal.
I also don't do any like family taboo stuff either. Like none of this like incest stuff. I don't even do stepmom stuff.
Got you. All right. I mean, that's very interesting.
It's not my thing.
That's not your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's safe to say that this entertainment business keeps you in shape, right?
Yeah.
Because you look amazing.
I look alright.
Yeah.
Look alright.
Yeah. Very. You see, very nice. I think he broke the lens. The lens okay? Okay, that's good. The camera's okay, right? I see it shaking and glitching. So, wow, I just lost my train of thought when she turned around. That was crazy. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that view.
Yeah.
So, like I said before, anybody that want to get into this, like now, is it easier? Is it more profitable?
So
like
easier.
like now, back then you were making $1,000 a shoot or
Yeah.
whatever. What can a newcomer make now coming into this?
You know, like the money is so different because you make your own money now.
Okay.
Like everything isn't dependent on full production houses.
The
You
internet,
know.
because of the internet.
Yeah, you charge your little OnlyFans subscription, or you get paid for clips on different platforms, whether it's Pornhub or ManyVids or whatever. So yeah, the money's just different. It's hard to compare, but because you're not waiting for somebody to call you for the job.
Right.
There's so many more opportunities to make more money.
Right.
Because you just go out there and make it yourself.
Right. Now, is there? Do you have a favorite? I guess a person to work with.
21 years, I've had a lot of favorites.
Right.
I've had a lot of favorites, but like one of my friends that like we've always worked really well together, Lexington Steele. He's retired now, but
Okay.
Lex and I always had like great chemistry on set.
Right. How do you retire from having sex? Is there such thing?
When your body is like a little bit older, you're like, I'm
Right.
a little tired,
And
and I don't really want to do this anymore.
Well, you could pop like 45 Viagra's, I guess.
No, like we're not talking about dicks. We're talking about like knees and hips. And,
Oh, okay. He can't. Okay.
Yeah,
you can't do the acrobatics.
Not only that,
That's
but like
required.
sometimes you just get a little tired.
Right. I get it.
Like even me, I'm not gonna do 15 scenes in a month anymore.
Right.
I don't know.
So speaking of retirement, do you see that in your future? Like, do you ever plan on bowing out gracefully? Like, I'm done. I've done all I can do.
I feel like more of like a fade away than like
Right.
I'm retiring. Like.
Right.
Like I just do a little less than I did before. I'm doing a little less.
But
than
you're
I did
still
before.
active.
And I'm still active,
Okay.
and now I have my own production company, Wideside Productions.
Right.
So I do a lot of work on the back side of the camera. I produce, I direct, I write
Right.
scripts and
So
stuff.
because they're gonna ask me this too. If someone wanted to do a scene with you, how do they do a scene with you?
Yeah, you can't do that.
They can't do that.
No,
Because
like
I'm sure you get that.
all the time.
Right.
Yeah, that's not possible. Like I only work with experienced male talent, first of all.
Right.
Like one of the things with my production company is I run it, so I get to make the rules, right?
Right, okay.
That's the cool thing about running your own shit. And I like to work with experienced performers, men
Right.
and women. I like to work with people who already have established fan bases for the most part.
Right.
Because I know that way they're gonna help me make my shit pop too.
Right. Now,
Right?
speaking of being experienced, have you ever had anyone where you want, I'm going to take her or him
All the
under
time.
my wing
All the time.
and, show them the ropes?
Yeah, I had a management company for a few years, and not only was I like showing people the ropes, but I was also helping guide people with their career, marketing, branding, that kind of stuff too.
Right. Dope. So, I guess I can ask you this, and then we'll be done with it. Ultimately, have you gotten what you wanted to get out of this business?
And more.
And more.
Yeah, like
So you're just being greedy at this point.
like I honestly like what I see for the far distant future is my production company, Wideside Productions, being so big and so successful that I can sell it and pass it off to someone else.
Right.
It will feed all the people that are part of Wideside, and then I can give it to somebody else so they can use that same company to feed their people.
Do you have kids?
No.
No kids. You ever thought about having kids?
I've thought about it, and I decided against it very young.
Decided against it.
Yeah.
All right. I mean.
I got fixed.
Right. Oh, you got fixed.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So they can just fill up the club with no problem.
Yeah,
Got it. No problem. So I guess if anybody want to get in contact with you, if they choose to do so, how can they do that?
Well, I've got a links portal, sarajaylinks.com. That's the best place to find all my goodies, my online store, my porn, my social media, all that stuff.
And everything.
Mm-hmm. All the CD stuff and everything.
Right. And let everybody know where you're going to be. Got future events if they want to come check you out.
Yes, this week I'm going to be bud tending at Legacy in Manhattan and Gifted in BK. And then on Saturday I'll be in DC at the National Cannabis Festival.
All right. What about in San Francisco? You don't ever go out there?
I haven't been out there in a long time. Yeah.
Okay. Because it's real big in cannabis out there too.
You know what? It's kind of crazy. It's real big.
It is.
The world has changed.
No,
The world has changed. Cannabis is legal.
Well, it was legal.
In some
Right.
kind of way, it's legal in over 40 some odd states.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
I think
Okay.
it's like 43 states or something.
43 states.
Something
So
like that.
so where do you prefer to live? Miami, New York, or where would you prefer to live?
Miami. I've lived everywhere. I grew up in the Midwest. I went from the Midwest to Vegas and
Part of the Midwest.
Ohio.
Ohio?
Yeah.
Where, Sandusky?
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati?
The other
Toledo?
end, the
okay.
bottom. The bottom, right
The
by
bottom?
Kentucky.
Kentucky?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so, I lived over there, and then Vegas, Oregon, I lived over here for a year.
Right.
And Miami. And Miami's where it's at for me. I've been in Miami 17 years.
17 years?
Yeah.
All right. So
there's nothing better to me.
I see. I wish you much continued success. So before we go, anything else you want to plug, talk about, or speak on that we didn't touch on?
No, I think we got it.
You got anything?
Go get your CBD.
Go get your CBD. Where can they get that?
SaraJayCBD.com.
That's the alley-oop, Sarah.
Yep, there
exactly. So that's what it is, man. I go by the name of DJ Thoro. Let them know the name again.
Sara Jay.
Sara Jay. And like always, when you see us, one knee us, that means get on one knee and pay your respects. Yeah.
10 men, 20 men, 30 men. I'm on something.